Hello, Christopher.
Hi, Agatha.
Hello. Hello, everyone who is with us already. But I believe people are still joining because we just already started our meeting tonight or today for someone. At the very beginning, before we'll start, we would really appreciate if you would say hello and tell us where are you from. Would be really nice to have the impression who is today with us and maybe learn a little bit more about yourself. And so let's wait on the chat. Tonight we are, I'm sorry for saying tonight, but in Central Europe right now we have 8 p.m. So tonight or in the afternoon today we have here Christopher with me from United Kingdom and myself. So please use the opportunity for using the chat. And let me just tell you that tonight we are streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So you could pick up your favorite platform to talk with us about this quite important topic about the root cause analysis, but in context of operator mistake. So Christopher, let's have a look who is with us already. Oh gosh, we have a lot of people already. This is Tennessee, yes. What else? We have UK. Oh, maybe close to you, Christopher.
Yeah, maybe not too far away, but yeah, I mean, I'm in the northeast, so maybe a bit far, but relatively not too far.
We have Giuseppe from Italy. Oh,
Nice.
Vanya, I'm really very happy to see you. I know Vanya very well. Who else with us tonight? Oh, we have Romania. Great. We have Germany. Great. Of course, in some platforms like Facebook, you need to allow Facebook to display your name or surname. Otherwise, you will be anonymous. Oh, we have Mexico. What time is in Mexico right now? We have Timisoara from Romania.
Yeah, nice.
Slovakia.
Wow,
Great.
it's quite a lot.
Yes. Quite a lot, quite a lot. Do we have someone from Asia? Because in Asia is definitely quite late. We have Krakow. Great. I love Krakow. Who else? Slovakia.
Nice.
Great. I saw Macedonia as well. Macedonia. Okay. Oh, in Mexico, you have 1 p.m. Great. So you have still middle of the day while we're finishing hours. So it's really great to see you. Some names I already remember from previous webinars, like Daniela. It's great that you are with us. So keep going with writing your name and where are you from on the chat. It will be really very nice for us to learn a little bit more about yourself. Okay. However, we have also Slovenia. Great.
Morocco. Nice.
Morocco, yes.
Love Morocco.
Christopher, did I meet someone? Did I miss someone? Because it seems
not so far. I don't think. If we've missed you, sorry. We apologize. Maybe later on in the webinar, if you shout out, we can maybe answer a question, or we'll see. But
okay, great. So let's just jump into our topic, because this is our goal for today to be here, because we would like to discuss about this root cause in terms of operator mistake. Let me maybe present our screen with the presentation, what we prepared for you tonight. I'm really very happy that this webinar had quite big interest in the social media. Only on LinkedIn, there was like 400 people interested in this topic. So it means that this topic is really relevant for you. That's why we will do our best to discuss in the most effective way this topic. Okay, Christopher, are you ready? Can we start?
I'm ready. Yes,
okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. At the very beginning, we would like to introduce ourselves a little bit for you, because some of you may still not have the pleasure to interact with us on the previous webinars or in the social media. My name is Agata Lewkowska. I'm a founder of QualityWise, which is the company originated in Poland and aiming to do trainings, consulting and auditing in quality management, especially in automotive industry. I invited tonight Christopher Scott, and I think that Christopher, you could introduce yourself because you will do this better than myself.
Thanks, Hecate. So my name is Christopher Scott. I am the head of quality at Charge Cars, which is a UK luxury vehicle, electric vehicle manufacturer. I specialize in supplier product and process development using APQP and PPAP. I've used that in many companies that I've worked with and suppliers in the past. I'm an expert in root cause analysis and crisis management. And crisis management is one of these things which is difficult to get good of because you need to have issues or big problems to get used to that. It's not something you can really develop straight away, but you learn as you go. I'm first party and second party lead auditor in ISO 9001 and IATF. So I'm trained in that also and certified. And I'm an expert in training with industry, or this is how to train a trainer. This is standard operating procedures or work instructions. So this is my main background.
So I think everyone will be convinced that you will be a perfect person to have this discussion, especially if you specialize in root cause analysis. Okay, let's keep going. Let's start from the starting point. In fact, because when we are talking about the root cause analysis, this means that we need to realize that we are talking about the non-conformities. And I would like to ask our guests to write on the chat, use this possibility, how you understand the non-conformity. Because without understanding some notions, we may not talk on a certain deep level, yes? So please write on the chat how you understand this non-conformity, and then we will tell you how we understand it. I will be waiting for this answers.
Yeah, we might get some very complicated answers, or we might get something very simple. But let's see what we get from the chat.
Do not hesitate. All answers are correct. There are no wrong answers. Yes, there are always a possibility to improve. Yes, to learn from each other, different perspectives. We are quite a lot of people tonight, so let's have a look. What we have. It's a deviation from the standard. Yeah. What else? A product that does not fulfill the requirement. Okay, only product. This is the question. Because let's remember, the product is produced in the processes, yes, and the process may also have some requirements. Or will we get more answers? How you understand it?
So far, so good, based on what we've seen.
Yes. Actually, I really like this very easy wording, Giuseppe, but really, I would say great answer, easy to remember. Okay. We have also here. Non-conformity is a deviation compared to the requirement standard specification. Yes. Also, what else? A difference between planned state and reality. Also good.
That's an interesting one. That's quite an interesting one.
Yes. Planned versus realization. Deviation of the process. Exactly. This is not only on the product. This could not happen only on the product. Yes. Okay. So I see that you're very confident with understanding this notion. So now it will be also easy for us to discuss further. Yes. Generally, you all had right. Yes. You answered in different contexts, sometimes in a very easy word, sometimes also comparing to the product and process, yes. But generally, let's remember that we have ISO 9000, the standard, which is basics and terminology for ISO 9001 explanation and all management systems. And it's also, again, clarifying us in a very easy wording, yes, not meeting the requirement. And such answers you are simply giving to us. So we are very happy that you understand this notion. And now it will be easier for us to have further discussion. Generally, let's remember that when we are talking about the non-conformity, we have some certain requirements in the quality management system. And when we have this non-conformity, starting from the ISO 9000, we need to realize that we have to fulfill some certain requirements for a reaction for these non-conformities, yes. Of course, we will not be talking about these requirements right now in a very detail, because this is not about this webinar. We are not talking about the requirements of the standard right now. But please bear in mind that here we have the need for determining the causes of the non-conformities, yes. Christopher, we both are originated in automotive industry, so I also prepared for us and requirements, the linked requirements from IATF 16949, which is the standard for the automotive quality management system. And here we have also straight requirements dedicated to problem solving, yes? And again, we will not be going one by one with this, but I want to pay your attention to this, what is in red. First of all, we need to have a documented processes, which prevent the reoccurrence. And please remember about sanction interpretation number 20, which is introducing this, that we have to prevent reoccurrence. And to have this preventive nature of our processes, we need to, again, find the root cause. Why? Because knowing the root cause, we can address the certain actions, yes? Okay, so now I believe that no one is in doubt right now that root cause analysis is simply mandatory activity in our quality management system, yes? And in automotive, every single organization has automotive quality management system certified either to ISO 9001 or IATF, with the aim to strive for the IATF, yes? Okay. So let's jump into our topic. We're closer and closer to this. Is operator mistake a root cause? How do you think? What are your experiences? Did you investigate the root cause as the operator mistake? Okay, we have first answer.
Very direct answer. Very direct answer.
Very direct. No. Yeah. Okay. Did anyone had different experiences?
So remember, we have different people in this webinar right now. I can see that we've got over 260 in, so that's a lot of attendees on LinkedIn alone. So, you know, you could be working in engineering, you could be working in project management. The point is we use quality management system a lot, and we are quality professionals. That is where we come from. But actually, root cause analysis and operator mistakes can happen anywhere in a business, in any business that you have, not just automotive. So it'll be interesting to see from different department perspectives and different discipline perspectives what their view is on this.
Okay, we started to see more and more answers. This is not most frequent reported, but it is not the root cause. Okay, so again, not the root cause. We looked at human factors and human mistake proofing. Okay, this is I would say even further step, how to prevent. Yes, okay, so first we have another view. What else? Yes, by Herka method. Okay. What else can we see? Sometimes the operator mistake is due to the lack of training of the process. Okay. We'll stick to this. No, the design and manufacturing process need to rule the human error in best case. However, it is not always possible. Oh, I like this answer because this is also about the designing and error proofing, yes, mistake proofing in this case. Okay, what else? It's the consequences of a true root cause. Okay, what else? Hello from Poland, yes. Operator mistake should not be a root cause, but system process flow, etc. And if FMEA is correctly done, we avoid this mistake. I like also this understanding. We have this mistake because there is no effective management. Also I like it, and actually I must say that this is really straight to the point.
Very direct.
Most easy way to escape from the. Oh, Giuseppe, I love this answer. I think you made our evening right now. Great. I like the answers. Okay. Before I will go further, Christopher, let's just emphasize that operator mistake and actually the root cause for different non-conformities is not only about the production issues, I will call it like that, because we ask this in this question the operator mistake. But anyway, we can say the human mistake. Yes. Let's remember that when we are doing a non-conformity management, reaction to the non-conformity, there are different sources, not only the complaint, not only the production processes with the issues, but also this can be the non-conformity because we obtained not meeting the requirements during the audit. We may have problems with the supplier. We can have unofficial or official complaint from the customer, and different sources. Let's remember about this, okay? I see there are much more answers still coming, and this is really very nice that you are so active. But of course, probably we are not able to display all of them because you're very very productive tonight.
Lots of comments.
But generally, okay, I will be tough now, guys. No operator mistake is not a root cause. Luckily, most of you just gave that answer. Christopher, what would you comment right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a symptom. It's a symptom of a problem, and a lot of you have alluded to that the process design or needs to be designed in such a way. And we've just had a comment there about poke-yoke, so the Japanese methodology of mistake proofing.
Yeah.
I come from a world, my background is mainly Japanese manufacturing. I came from Nissan originally, so this was ingrained in the culture that I have, and as a quality professional and expert, absolutely. You need to design the process or the product in such a way that it cannot pass the defect on to the next step in the process. Human error in terms of the operator is not a root cause. It never will be, and it's just an excuse, typically.
Yes, good wording, excuse. This means that actually our root cause analysis was not done on a really certain depth, I would say. Okay, Christopher, let's go further. I'm giving you the voice because this is how Christopher is skilled and drew for us this example.
Yeah, a little bit of an animation, so bear with me if it doesn't work fully, but hopefully it will. So this scenario here, we have an operator. Their job is to fill these boxes up with components. These components, as you can see, is a handsaw, a hammer, and some sort of wrench or spanner. So this is a scenario which is fairly typical of a manufacturing operation, a repackaging operation. Doesn't really matter what your company is, but it's a job, and that task, this is what they need to do. So if we move on from this, and we have someone who will approach them. So again, this could be a manager, it could be a colleague, it could be their team leader, it could be their supervisor. It doesn't really matter the seniority, but sometimes the seniority can cause mistakes as well in this scenario. And there's a conversation. So the person is asking them, what did they do at the weekend? And the person replies. The person is going to reply, and what they will say is, well, I did this. So, they're having a conversation. As you do, we've all done this in our workplaces. We stand with a cup of coffee in the kitchen and we talk about something. And as we can see here, the hammer is going into the saw box. The spanners are going into the hammers, and the saw is going to the wrenches. So we can see the operator is making the mistake. They're starting to put things in the wrong order during this conversation, which is a fairly natural environment to have. The operator's confused. They've detected something's wrong as they're building, but they're confused. In most cases, this doesn't happen. Most cases, they've already packaged the box. They've already filled the quantities. They either don't have enough parts inside there, or they have the wrong parts in the box, which can be likely if we don't take saws and hammers as an example of a big component. It could be nuts, it could be bolts, it could be a small component. Doesn't really matter what it is, but you can have an imbalance of the delivery shipment. So in this case, they're confused. The point being right at the end is that if we move to the operator placed the incorrect items in the boxes, who's at fault here? Who is at fault? Who caused this? Why did this happen? So, yeah, if we move on to the next example, Agatha. So the question to everyone in the chat is, how can we prevent this as engineers, as quality professionals, as experts of the system? How do we prevent something as simple as this? How can we do that? So we're going to give the floor to the rest of the people in the chat, and we'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on this.
I already saw on the chat quite nice answers, like regarding even the poka-yoke. Look here, poka-yoke is always the best solution. Or we have an operator mistake can be a root cause of some quality problem. Okay. What else? Poka which cannot be switched off by an operator.
Absolutely, because it's not a poka-yoke if you can switch it off. It's not. It doesn't work properly, and that's the point.
Yes, this was really a good comment. I really
That's a
liked.
really good comment.
People mistake in process design.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like this one as well. No talking ever again. Carlos, again, wonderful comment.
Believe it or not, I'll slightly sidestep, but I had an 8D report for the 8 disciplines, a concern corrective countermeasure report, and the supplier their countermeasure was to tell the operators off for the mistake. That's not going to stop the problem. There was a picture of them in this big area, this big hall, and they were telling them off, disciplining them. That doesn't stop the person from doing it again, because the system can still allow that to happen.
Exactly. Design control. Practice before doing the work. Different shapes and colors of the boxes. So already the solutions John is giving to us.
That's a good proposal.
Yeah. Anna Maria, place in order the parts sequence. Yes. Also really nice. Material layout. Great, Carlos.
Great one.
Layout of the workplace. Similar answers. So you are giving the really nice solutions. Of course, each case is different. We are just simply talking about this very easy example, yes, to realize the idea, the concept of this mistake, human mistake, yes. What else we have seen? Okay, no more answers to display for me, I believe. Let me just have a look.
There's a couple that I've seen so far about layout of the workplace.
Yes. Raul is also writing very nice comment. Operator mistake means our quality system is not working properly. Oh gosh, really wonderful, wonderful answer. Do we have some new comments? Perform LPA audit of process. Yes, also very nice answer. A solution how to prevent only by why. Yes, 5 why. Yes,
we had a comment actually for self-control, and I would like to challenge that respectfully.
Yes.
With all the self-control in the world, that operator, that's just a conversation. Imagine if they were sick or not feeling well, or they have been distracted by something else. You can't rely on an operator, a human, to do that repetitively over and over and over again without having a system that is designed to stop that problem. It's not possible. Imagine if that person was doing that for 12 hours a day, every day. Eventually, they're going to make a mistake.
Yes. Even I had today a really bad morning, without coffee because of the weather. If I would be such operator, then I'm not 100% sure if I would do my work properly. Yes. Okay. We also had automation as a solution. Great. Really. You're very, very creative. 5 has Poka-yoke, autocomis, and more confidence of people. Yes, confidence.
A good comment about remove the humans. Yeah. Yes.
Automatization. Yeah.
Some companies would love automation, but you have a hierarchy of expense. So that would probably be the most expensive thing initially in terms of capital investment, but in the long term, that might be cheaper. It all depends on, what the business wants to achieve.
Okay, we have also a nice comment from Kevin. Operator list as a boilerplate statement is not acceptable. You have to put adequate measure system in place to prevent operators from working out of sequence. Really wonderful. Christopher, I really like the answers we received. Some were really very funny.
Yes.
But it's good. It's good that we see also something funny in a bad situation, in fact. Okay, are we going further?
I think we've had more than enough great answers, and it's a really good example of something called mind mapping, or another phrase that people will know as brainstorming. And this just explains how effective we are as a synergy as professionals in the business. Not everyone in this webinar will be quality experts, but the importance is to get a cross-functional team to discuss the problem, and you're going to get different perspectives, and that's what's really important about this discussion right now.
Okay.
By Microsoft AI. I like that.
Okay. Great. I just had a thought. If all of us who are right now in this webinar, Chris, you said that how many are on LinkedIn? 200?
The peak so far I've just seen there was 306.
300. Okay, so let's imagine all of us are solving the problem. Wow, it will be perfect.
Yeah, perfect solution.
Perfect solutions. Okay. Okay, so generally, the key takeaways from tonight are all of this what you said. Yes, we had the awareness. Let's start with the awareness, the trainings. Yes, the planning, the correct planning of the activities. Yes, so this might really help us to avoid, yes, without also with this indication that in automotive we need to prevent the reoccurrence. Yes, so if we have aware people of doing their job, then we can help the situation. Yes, the system here in the first point what I indicated, and actually I should start from this, is also what you said. This is how we people who are responsible for organization, let's call them maybe top management, but not exactly, because top managers are managing the organization and can delegate such tasks in our organization. We are creating the space for the processes, how the processes are performed. And the operator simply is not working like he wants, but how we design for him this process. And such answers were given by you. So this is really very great answers, because exactly you felt this what I mentioned here in this first point. Yes. And the last one, Christopher, for you to comment.
Yeah, so when someone commits a human error, it's important to investigate further to find the true root cause. There can be contributing factors. There can be more than one thing that causes that true root cause. But the importance really is to emphasize the root cause analysis in whichever method you decide to use. You can use 5Y or more than 5Y. Fault tree analysis, depending on how complex the problem is, you could use Six Sigma, but you have to pick a tool which is suitable based on the scale of the problem. That's always my belief. Don't pick a tool which might take you 10 months to figure out something that you could probably figure out in 3 months. It all depends on what you want to do.
The problem-solving methods should be adjusted to the problems. Yes.
So absolutely.
That's why you will not probably use the Six Sigma methodology or Red X, even if you have a, I don't know, complaint. Sometimes maybe yes, but this is more continuous improvement. Yes, when we would like to invest more time, more resources for something like this, not when we are doing complaint and we have limited time for solving the problem. Yes. Okay. We have also some other comments which are coming here.
Good ones.
Yes, all of above are great. But what if IATF customer is cheap and requires zero non-conformities in a very cheap process? Prevention is not so easy. This is really a good.
I could probably answer that from my experience directly. Every customer, especially in automotive, wants to try and be as much as cost effective as possible. They want to try and have the cheapest part with the best quality, with the best price, with the best delivery terms and conditions. So if you know that this is your constraint as a supplier, then you need to design the product and work with the customer in such a way that you understand what the part is to do. So for example, if you have something called a steering column, which is used to connect the steering wheel to the steering rack, for example, you can have a left-hand drive one and a right-hand drive one. You can design it in such a way that you can't accidentally put one on the other side. And that's a very cheap solution because the product is designed so it can't be built wrong. Same for the process. At the end of the day, my view is you have the triangle of cost of pure quality. By the time that mistake gets to the person who owns the product in the end, the customer, like if we buy a car and I'm the one that owns the car, the real customer, and I go to a dealership and I complain, that cost will outweigh the cost of the part straight away, purely in labor costs to fix the problem. So I understand that, sometimes you have your constraints as a business, but your business has to invest in quality to try and reduce the problems. And if you reduce the problems, you'll become leaner as a business. Sometimes it might seem a bit counterintuitive to do that, but actually that could be the difference between you currently hiring 10 extra people to inspect parts and rework them versus fixing the problem and only needing one person to do the normal quality assurance jobs. So it's a difficult topic, and obviously the bottom line is the bottom line, and that's the most important thing. But as quality professionals, as managing directors, as people who have influence in the business, my advice to anyone who's struggling with that sort of constraint is to convince the people persuade them what the cost of poor quality will be. I've seen a comment about, if they're a cheap item and like it's a hammer, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Okay, what if it was 10,000 hammers in the space of a year and those hammers cost 20 euros each? That's a lot of money, isn't it? So as quality professionals, if we learn how to transfer that problem from time-based problems and quantity and put it into real money that you're losing, that's what will make your top management understand that we need to fix the problem.
Also, there's a nice comment here from John. Also, the use of validation and verification methods. So even in design and development process, yes. We did not touch this topic, but let's remember that in automotive industry, you need to apply certain methods, like even error proofings, that at the very beginning, we know that the problem, the issue will not be created even, yes, to go further in the process, to go to the customer. Yes, this is mandatory. So John, I believe you also you great that you wrote about validation verification, because also before we'll go to serial production, we still in this moment we can have the possibility to change something, to improve, yes, to better maybe organize the process. Maybe for product it's maybe too late, but not said that not possible to do change management. Of course, now this will be the cost generation, but nevertheless, it's better doing it this moment than have a recall later. Yes,
absolutely, couldn't agree more.
Yes. What else? Operator are also working how people want to work on a way to do the tasks easier.
This is true.
General.
This is true. We cut corners as human beings. We try to find the most fast way to do it or the easiest way to do it. But the point of a standard operation, and this is why it comes in from my expertise in training with industry, the standard operation is the best method to teach the job. And that ensures safety, quality, and efficiency. If you don't follow the standard operation correctly and your system doesn't lock that process in to follow A, B, C, D, you're going to affect one of those things. You can do it faster, but you're either going to affect the safety of the operation or the quality of the operation, or both. And that's the point, really. That's the take-home point, I think, on that message there.
Also, we have other comment method, Ishikawa. Yes. For multi causes, definitely. Yes. John is also explaining more on his previous comment that it is also important to involve the operators in design meetings, validation meetings, FMEA. Oh, we did not touch this topic. If we would touch this topic, Christopher, tonight, we'll finish at the midnight.
It can't really be a webinar. You can briefly glance over it, but FMEA, for the people that are involved in it, it's a training course. It's a separate training course.
Yes. John, great that you wrote about FME. What else? John is writing also for the automotive industries, it's very important to include the operators in these processes.
Absolutely.
Yes. However, there is no such requirement. This is our decision. Yeah. So let's remember about
best practice. It's a best practice.
Yes. What else? And also John is writing about APQP and PPAP process. These are kind of the gatekeepers, not to create problems in the future. However, let's remember that this is also not the only way how we are doing in automotive. Let's remember that we have other standards like VDA, MLA, and VDA2, for PPAF process. Okay, anyway, I don't see more comments to display. Kevin, thank you that you agree with us. Carlos also agrees. Okay, do you want to add something more?
From my side, I think it's great to be in a discussion with many different professionals from many different points. And I hope that the discussion that we've had today solidifies your understanding. We're all on the right path. We all understand what we need to do. For those who didn't get there in the end and now they're starting to become enlightened, it's a mindset change more than anything. It's very easy to blame people and operators for the mistake, but it's not. That's not the reason why. It can't be the reason why.
When I'm doing audits in automotive, honestly, when I see that there is operator mistake written, like for instance in FMEA, I know already that it's about, it's around the non-conformity due to not having the right competences to create the FMEA. Yes. and to apply right problem solving. Yes. So also pay attention that auditors may think like I'm thinking, and protect yourself in the organization. Verify what you have in your analysis, because right now such answer maybe was acceptable 10 years ago.
Yes.
Right now, when we have much more sophisticated products, much more, we are talking about even electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, cybersecurity, and so on and so on. Now the state of the art is changed. Yes, so we can't can't follow the rules the way how we did business 10 years ago. Yes, so now let's remember, no possibility to have it in the analysis. Otherwise, auditor would say, you don't know how to apply the right problem solving, or you have problems also with the competencies to know how to work with such methodologies, like even FMEA, which I gave as an example. Okay. There is also one comment about the FMEA. We have many times operators skip in FMEA.
Yeah, a lot of businesses just tick the box, unfortunately, for FMEA, and they'll get one person in quality to do the activity, but it's a cross-functional, cross-departmental activity. It can't be done by one person. It cannot be done by one person.
Again, this is the explanation further of this previous comment as a cause. No, the cause was this, what we already mentioned, and you also, our dear guests, you wrote on the chat that the operator is working how we designed for him the environment in the process where he is performing his daily job. Yes, so this is, we can even not say that this is a cause. Okay. Maybe when we really would like to say that something is a cause, okay, when I have wrong day, yes, this is not my day today, for instance, yes, okay, this is something which is maybe more objective, but still this is more connected to someone's feelings, and we are not writing such things. So anyway, no, I'm trying to just give you the justification when we really could think that this can be a cause. Yes, but generally it's not a cause. Okay, what else do we have here? John, another go method is to have a strong quality culture. Oh, this is always a big thing, quality culture that promotes, allows, rewards operators for pointing out problems, quality and safety issues, and the need for better processes, tools, and methods. Yes, appreciation in such culture. Yes,
and for those people who don't believe that that's possible, I have worked with suppliers that absolutely have adopted this mindset, and they reward their people. They have great reward programs and so on. They have competitions, of how to do quality and how to do things in the correct way. It is absolutely possible. It's a mindset change in a business, and if your top management in your company does not believe in this, then that's the problem with the business.
Yeah. Well, I think this is still a comment to FMEA. Just I will display and read, but let's not discuss it in this, because this will not work well for all of us. But sometimes the financial do not allow to do it differently, and I believe that's why this is the justification why we have the human mistake in this analysis. But let's not go this way.
No, that's a different problem entirely. Definitely.
This is again what John wrote about the culture of the quality. Yes, if we would have the culture of the quality, maybe then financial would understand that this is in terms of this culture.
It's a preventative cost. That's what it would be.
Okay. What else? It's no respect of a requirement. What else? Non-conformity is the failure to meet a certain factor in the product part on system. Okay. So still, Esteban, you're answering us the first question, but yes, true. Always put error proofing and everyone will be happy. Yeah, but let's remember, we have also mistake proofing. Yes, so no one wrote about mistake proofing. Of course, error proofing is, I would say, better solution.
Better solution. Yeah.
Yes, I hope you understand the difference between error proofing and mistake proofing. So let's keep going. Also, we have Switzerland. Yes,
nice.
Good. Good initiative to having this webinar. Thank you very much. Okay, I appreciate all these comments. They're all great, and it's really wonderful that we are all contributing with this webinar, with these comments to the quality in our automotive industry. Christopher, do you want to add something?
Because
we're
I think this has been wonderful, as you said, and I think really good contributions as within the network in the industry. It's really good to see that people are aligned, that they understand the differences, and not everyone has the same background as you and I. But I think it's showing that there's a good sample of people in the industry as professionals, that they're on the right path and they understand how to prevent these causes. So some things are out their control. We've had reasons of management, or we've had reasons of finance. These are all outside of our control. But at least we understand what we need to do if we have the right facilitation and the right way to do that.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar, because we are proceeding slowly to the end. You can write on the chat 1 or 0 for us. Give us rating. Let's say 0, 1, 2. 2 is green face. Yes, happy one. But generally, nevertheless, I really enjoyed reading these comments, and I think this was a very productive time for all of us, the whole society of quality experts here gathered. Okay, at the end, we would like to hear from you. We would like to hear your problems with the problem solving, with the reaction to non-conformities, and would like to invite you to take part in the survey we would like to do with Christopher together. I will paste on the chat the link for this questionnaire. This link showed up on YouTube. Christopher is pasting on the LinkedIn. You can also scan the QR code to get into this questionnaire. And we would really appreciate if we could hear from you, because this will help us to create for you better materials, better maybe to organize in the future more webinars about this topic. We would like to respond to your needs, and also just to hear what is the biggest constraint for you when you are working with problem solving. Okay, take this opportunity, please, to scan or to click on the link on YouTube or LinkedIn. Can anyone confirm that see it?
Yeah, can you test it, or you can test the link? I mean, I tried that with my phone, with an Android phone and with an iPhone, and it works, but we'd like to see if that works for anyone. The information is not to be shared with other people. It's strictly confidential, and we don't want you to give any examples in there about your business, or because you will be under strict confidentiality requirements. So it's not asking any questions whatsoever about any specific events or any problems that you have. It's purely as a professional in your day-to-day working. What are the types of problems you have? What is the sort of experience you have? And so it's not sensitive in what it's asking.
Yes, exactly. We would really appreciate it. Okay, so let me just maybe summarize. If I will just have a look if on chat we still have maybe some questions, some open topics, what you would like to ask us, because you still may raise the questions if you would like to take the opportunity to discuss with us more. However, we are slowly proceeding till the end, actually. We have some nice comments that this webinar you really enjoyed from Dorota. Dorota, you're in Norway, am I right? We have from John
it's working, that's good.
Information. Yes, great. Okay, let's maybe conclude here more. So what is the conclusion? Is the operator mistake a root cause or of some quality problems or not? In my opinion, yes. No, Andre, this webinar was aimed to just try to show you, to maybe to clarify you that never operator should be treated as a root cause. Why? Because the operator, I will emphasize it again, is working like we in our organization created for him or her the system, the working conditions, yes, the process, the let's say
we give them the working environment.
Yes, working environment, yes. So the responsibility is on us, on the people who are running the processes, who are running the business and taking their responsibility, what is happening, and not the operator itself. Yes.
This is not to be confused with the situation you may have experienced, and some of us have, where an operator deliberately bypasses the system, deliberately sabotages the system. That's not the same thing.
But we don't want even to think that someone is sabotaging the system. Yeah. Okay, we have other comments like interested. Thank you. Thank you. All well done. Thank you, Giuseppe. We hope we will all of you meet again in some other webinar, especially if you like this webinar. Also, John is here asking the question: what is your favorite root cause analysis method for these types of mistake? It depends. Christopher,
yes, it depends.
Maybe you.
It depends on the complexity of the problem.
Exactly.
So, for example, if it's a simple problem like the operator that we see, the first thing is to go to Gemba or to go to a shop floor and observe the error, or observe the problem. You need to see why this is being caused. You need to get the data, analyze, gather all that information as part of PDCA, as part of a structured approach, or if you use DMAC or whatever, which one you want to use, it's still the same. You're still gathering the data, getting the evidence, looking at trends, looking at analysis, looking at how big the problem is first. You'll use a technique like is not. I love using that by using 4M. I love using man, machine, method, material, or 4P, which is the same thing, which is people, plant, process, parts, whatever. It's the same thing. And you identify, is it the people or not? Is it the process or not? And you can do it that way. But in terms of what technique, I use something called Y analysis with something called MIN at the end, which stands for missing, incomplete, and not known. And I'm not going to go too far in detail about that because that's something that Agatha and I might have something in the future topic. But it is a very special technique of finding the true root causes on the different branches. Don't mistake that is Ishikawa. And I'm saying this as someone who's worked in the Japanese side of automotive. Ishikawa is a great way of visualizing the problems and stemming away from the 4M or the 4M plus E or the 5M, including measurement, the tools and techniques to visualize the problems. But I prefer something called, it's Y analysis plus MIN, but I've used fault tree analysis as well. That can be quite good.
I like 5Y because if we are applying 3-leg 5Y, this is also not only to describe the problem, but also to answer the questions why the problem was not detected as the second leg, and the third leg, why our system did not prevent to not to cause to create this problem. Yes. Carlos is asking Christopher Scott is the gentleman.
Yes, my name is Christopher Scott, and I'd like to extend an invitation for those who are interested to be able to connect with Agatha and myself. You might be on the webinar, but actually you're not connected to us through QualityWise and my personal LinkedIn profile. I'm more than happy to receive colleagues and friends and so on throughout the industry. So I'm happy to have discussions with people in private if they want, or further discussions and so on through Agatha's company and what she does as well. So.
Okay, dears, we are almost running out of time, and I see that we cannot help Andre to understand. Well, I was trying to do my best. Andre, you may still come back to the recording of this webinar because it will be available on our platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube on QualityWise and social media channels. So you can come back to our arguments why this is not an operator mistake is not treated as a root cause. Yes.
I'll say one last thing about that. Yeah. When I mentioned 4M is a way of identifying is not in terms of initial analysis. it does not mean you jump instantly because it says man, that the man is the problem, or the machine is definitely the problem. You still have to do your why, your why, your why until eventually you get to the root cause. But that's not the purpose of this webinar, is the root cause analysis techniques.
The man, which is used in 4M, is, for instance, you can take into consideration discussing the man factor. Does this operator have enough training?
Yeah.
Yes. For instance.
Do you have the right? Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And what is with the training? Training is assured by the system solutions. Yes. So again, another example of system mechanisms to assure the competences. Yes. On the shop floor with the operators.
Or for example, is it a different person? If there's 3 operators on one shift, is it the third person that's caused the issue? Man. It doesn't mean the third person itself has caused the problem. It could be that person wasn't fully trained, or the system is allowing that. So again, we're not going to deep dive into that. That's a separate thing, and maybe that could be a discussion for another webinar. But to do a deep dive on case studies is better done in a training environment rather than a webinar environment.
Okay. Okay. There is also a comment from Pavel. My best analysis is to recreate the defect in the product. Yes. Simulation. Yes. If we can simulate to repeat this problem, yes, then we are verifying how our system is working. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. And also Giuseppe has a nice comment that the pressure of the time, for instance, yes, can play an important role, I believe, to pick up the right method for the root cause analysis, Giuseppe. Yes, isn't it? Okay. So I think we tried to react on your comments on the chat when they just showed up. We are quite late already, so we may say that we answered your questions. So generally, I'm sorry, I'm looking here. We get also from Jarek.
That's positive. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Or webinars. Okay. And we would like to invite you also for more knowledge to visit QualityWise blog, for instance. Let's remember that on the YouTube channel of QualityWise, you may also find short videos also to discuss different topics. And especially my appreciation to you, Christopher, that we did also last autumn the series How to Work with Suppliers, and we touched a lot of quality issues related, quality not issues, aspects of cooperation with suppliers. Yes, this might be also very helpful for you. So remember about these free resources. You can learn from us still after this webinar. Just visit. Maybe you will find something for yourself. Also at the end, you can get in touch with us, follow QualityWise official website, or ourselves, me, Agata Lewkowska, and Christopher. And tonight, we would like to thank you for your time, for your interest, for your active participation. It was really very nice time with you here, Christopher, and thank you from my side to you.
Thank you for the invitation. Anytime.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening and afternoon, those of you who are in Mexico, but not only. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.